against Paraguay. Mauricio Pochettino leads the Stars and Stripes into a World Cup on home soil with a statement victory. This one is for the archives. It's the first time USA have scored 4 goals in a FIFA World Cup match. What a statement of intent coming from one of the co-hosts. Hello and welcome to the Goal Post. This is the one show where we're going to bring you all the action that's going on in the ongoing FIFA World Cup in USA, Canada and Mexico. All the matches gone by and all the upcoming matches as well. Remember, this is your one home for football in India. Z5 and United Sports. And to chat more about the football, I have with me our experts, ex-India international Bhaichung Bhutia, welcome, and ex-India football team coach Igor Stimac. Welcome, Igor, as well. Bhaichung, to you first. What a statement of intent from the co-host USA. They aren't just going to play co-host, they have actually arrived.
Yes, I think, the first half was completely dominated by US. The kind of pace they played in, the kind of opportunities, chances they created and took those chances was fantastic. I think they looked a very, very good side, and being played in US with this kind of form, I think they'll look a very, very dangerous team. So any team that's going to play US in the knockout stages are going to be very worried with this performance.
Wow, and you've already decided that US are making it to the knockout stages, so they're going to go further. Igor, we saw the game in Mexico, we saw the game being played, at the other host country as well in Canada. But there was just something different about the match being played in LA. Like, you could see that home crowd support. You could see them spurring their team on. And it almost looked like the USA players were feeding off of that vibe.
It's also home of LA Lakers.
Yeah.
Whatever you play with the ball, it needs to have lots of charm, exceptional moves and creative things. And that's what happened tonight. Exceptional game by USA.
Of course.
They made a statement.
It is a statement of intent. When there were a lot of stars over there, there was Brad Pitt and there were Tom Cruise, but there was footballing action as well. Let's take a look at the match stats from that game between USA and Paraguay. Now, we know that USA had the lion's share of goals, and that is also because they had the lion's share of possession, attempts on goal, attempts on target. You can see the massive, massive difference. We expected Paraguay to play a tight, cagey game, but US really came on top. Of course, let's not forget that first goal, of course, was gifted to them. It was an own goal, but it kind of opened the floodgates for USA to start their scoring. And what a way to open their account at the FIFA World Cup on home soil in front of their passionate fans. Let's talk about that first. I said, Bhaichung, I earlier said that, it kind of opened the floodgates. Paraguay gifted it to them. But when a team like Paraguay plays the kind of defensive shape, it's a disciplined defense that they put on. Once in a while, these kind of banana skins are going to be along your way, and you're going to leak in an own goal once in a while.
No, I think the best part was USA scoring very early in the match. That was needed because when you're playing at home with that quality, if the Paraguayans are known to be very defensively organized, but when they open up and they get that chance, then I think everything floodgates open up. This is a great skill from Pulisic. I think he's passed it through, and there was that deflection. I think the defender was not aware of it, but again, I think you need to give credit to Pulisic because that small skill, what they did, made a big, big difference.
Yeah, Igor, do you agree with that?
Absolutely, especially when you mention one of Croatian origin player who shows his talent, his speed here, his vision, serves the ball to his colleague to score, and I mean, amazing, amazing moves. I just feel sorry for Paraguay because through the qualifiers, they were the side who were capable of beating and defeating Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, And then I think they also feel sorry for themselves now.
Yeah. Because
they opted to sit back and wait. They waited tonight to be killed, and they were hammered,
But that's
Once
their
they
style
conceded,
of football.
I mean, that's their style. They play differently in the qualifiers also.
Yeah.
With more guts, with more intention to play football. That's why they get wins against biggest sides. So what was the decision about sitting back tonight, waiting to concede third goal and to start playing football with more risk?
Okay, they should have taken the risk far earlier because it was USA that wanted to add to that tally. The first one was an own goal, but then Balogun was not going to be quiet. He added a brace to his name. Let's see that 31st minute goal by Balogun. Your thoughts on this, Igor?
Fantastic move. You see, first the USA player is coming to receive the ball and then turning, opening the space behind him, making the run, fantastic pass behind the defenders, and then nice little low ball for the player coming from the second plan to score. Fantastic.
Bhaichung, did you see that Paraguay over there started
Yeah, I
to
think
crumble?
it was a great ball from the left-hand side. Robertson, I think, was to Pulisic. And, you know, I think US team depends on Pulisic. So I think that's the kind of creative player he is. I think both the goals, he had a big hand on it. And second goal, I think what Balogun scored is a great pass from Pulisic. So Balogun had a great finish, great game. 2 goals to start off with for a striker. It's a big confidence booster for him. And I'm sure he was not happy getting out in the second half. He might want to be there and complete his hat-trick. But
Yeah.
I'm sure, I think that hunger is going to come into the next match.
Well, you never know. It's a long tournament. But we thought in the pre-show, we were talking about this, that Christian Pulisic would need that support in attack. Of course, it's built around him because he's got that experience, he's got that strength. But Balogun wasn't done. You were talking about that second goal as well. He added to his tally. And although at that time, USA were leading 2-0, any other country, especially a host country, which has the pressure of the fans, you'd expect them to sit back. We have a comfortable 2-goal cushion. But no, they were hungry for more. Just at the half-time whistle mark is when they added another goal to their tally.
You are right. Not USA, not tonight, holding back after scoring second goal, just going for the third one and more and more and more, because they wanted to finish that game as they started it, you know, in style. And that's exactly what happened. You see, this third goal came in the last seconds of the first half. So it was very important for them, because when you 2-0 up, anything can happen, anything can change if you concede one goal.
Yeah. Well, there you go. They did go ahead and concede a goal, but that's not exactly something that would make them in a very uncomfortable position. They already had a 3-goal lead. But the good thing at that time to see was that Paraguay were not just settling in, okay, we've conceded 3 goals. No, let's continue fighting. It's almost the mentality as if you concede 3, you concede 5, but at least let's try and get a goal back. So America didn't walk away with a clean sheet. What about the Paraguay goal?
I think, you know, after second half, 3-0 lead, there was quite a few changes. But again, this is a direct ball coming in. There was a scramble bit, but the way it was being laid off for the striker to finish it was fantastic. I think, you know, it's again direct from the goalkeeper. You're taking those chances because USA was really pressurizing, you know, Paraguay not giving those space. And sometimes when you have that kind of pressure on you, you've got to go direct. And this is that's how they got the goal, playing more direct football.
Absolutely. Now you can see that what it means to the fans, and all generations of fans have turned up there in the stadium. The stars descended. And well, there was one particular player on that pitch wearing the USA jersey who had pedigree on his side. His father, in fact, played against Brazil in the 1994 World Cup and walked away with a broken nose. Did you know that Giovanni Reyna's dad as well was a player? Did you know about him? And then Reyna shows that kind of fighting spirit. He comes on and he wants one more goal. Why not? Everyone's getting a goal. I should get one too.
Like father, like son, no? Following father's steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more time. Exceptional moves. You see, ball is moving really fast. And then space opens up. When you have great moves, you need to split up defenders, find the space, and try to shoot. Very simple. It looks simple when you play simple.
You know, it looks simple to the rest of us over here, but I'm sure it wasn't just as simple as that. I mean, he had to beat a couple of men. He had to find the spaces, exactly that, beating the keeper and then finishing that beautifully. Giovanni Reyna, like we said, he has pedigree. It was almost the end of the game. USA scored 2 goals just before the 2 whistles, one just before halftime, one just before full time. They weren't done. It's the highest number of goals they've scored in a single game in a Football World Cup.
Yeah, I was seeing the last goal, Reyna's goal. I think Igor should be remembering Modric, the similar kind of goal Modric scored outside of the foot. That shows the quality. I think only few players in the world can do it. One was Modric that could score that kind of goal. And Reyna coming in and doing that, I think shows the kind of calm, coolness, and the vision he's got, to keep that. So a fantastic goal for me.
Wow, great one for the archives. Not just this result, but even the way that they got that result, where they got that result. And this is how it's
Mentioned earlier, if they were capable of beating Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, why not Turkey and Australia? Simple as that. They need to get back to their basics. They need to be more solid defensively, more tight in defense, not opening spaces. And if they get the ball, they need to go vertical with good moves, good speed.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is the greatest show on the planet. They can't afford to get complacent, and USA can't afford to get complacent thinking, oh, we have 3 points. Because for all you know, they could lose the next 2 matches and end with just 3 points at the end of the group stage. There was another game earlier